Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. I've been meaning to make a video on Broderick Jones for the last couple of weeks, had some great written film rooms on the site by the Steelers Depot crew. That's one reason why I did not do a film room video breakdown here on Broderick Jones. So I wanted to talk about Jones and his second start at right tackle against Green Bay. Wasn't perfect, but it was good, and you can see where this future lies for Broderick Jones. And before we get into the tape, if you guys could like this video, also subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate that. But let's dive on in. As Pittsburgh ran for 205 yards against Green Bay, Jones said he wasn't going to be happy until they hit 200, and they did. And Jones played a role in that first rep here on the first drive of the game for Pittsburgh. He called this a dart scheme. The backside tackle is going to pull instead of, traditional kind of power gap where the backside guard is going to pull. Here, Jones, the tackle, is going to pull around. And just the athleticism here on this square pull to clear out the linebacker. Yeah, Jones gets flipped and thrown to the ground there, but who cares? He clears out that lane, creates that hole for the running back. The linebacker never has a chance to make the play. And just the athleticism to do this. Pittsburgh had used their dart scheme in training camp. They really had not utilized it early in the season. They weren't pulling really anybody, weren't pulling guards, weren't pulling tackles, but they really leaned on the dart scheme the last couple of weeks with Jones in the lineup because he's the type of athlete who can get out in space and reach a spot and get upfield and clear the way. So you talk about, athleticism, you talk about the framework of why a guy gets drafted because of the potential and how well he can move. You see that here on this dart scheme to clear this one out. Good blocking overall, and it's a good run for Jalen Warren, hitting that circle button on the spin. And you know what? I just realized this watching the tail end of this play. Did not notice this before, but how about Dan Moore? You talk about the relationship between Broderick Jones, Dan Moore. Jones is happy, and Dan Moore's happy for him too. And so those guys, they competed, they battled in camp. Obviously, Jones, the first-round pick, the rookie, potentially could take Dan Moore's job. That was the thought when he got drafted. Moore's been a really good teammate. Appreciate that right there. To me, the mark of a quality offensive lineman is not always about the pancakes and the obvious, look at the block this guy made, how important was that, but it's about doing the little things and the small things that are still critical components to an offensive lineman and to a run play. And all five guys have to do their job. It's a one fail, we all fail kind of mentality. So this play, got the three tech here. Kenny Clark, really good interior lineman. He's got a shoulder injury, but just watch the cutoff here. Just the athleticism to cut this one off. Get his hips across. Not a crazy block, not anything that you sit there and go, oh my goodness, what an amazing block by Broderick Jones. But just being an athlete to fire off the ball, get in the way of this one. Daniels does a great job too of cutting off the D tackle on this play. So you kind of see it a bit more with James Daniels than you do with Broderick Jones on this play. But just backside cutoffs here overall. It's well blocked. Mason Cole doing a nice job. He's been better the last couple of weeks. So just small things like that of being able to reach and cut that guy off, making sure he can't make a play from the backside. How about Najee Harris's touchdown? The same principle, probably a bit more obvious to see here, but here is Jones, the right tackle, number 77, on the three tech, and just fire off the ball. Again, that's Kenny Clark, a really quality lineman. He's shooting the gap to the outside, so that helps Jones here, but just let's reach, let's cut this one off. Harris running off his hip. Great block by Daniels as well. He had a really good game against Green Bay. And Harris, a walk-in touchdown. I've not seen many walk-in touchdowns this year for Pittsburgh as the run game has been sputtering, but the last 2 weeks really strong. And again, just athleticism, firing off the ball, setting your hips, sealing that off. D-tackle has no chance. It's 7 points to the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, let's look at a rep that's a bit more obviously impressive. And stunt pickup's so important. Every defense, I don't care if you're 3-4, 4-3, what your philosophy is. You're running stunts, you're running games, and can you pick it up as an offensive line? And that's communication. That's guys having to work together. It's not just one guy doing his job. So you're going to see the stunt here from 94 and 55. You're going to have 94. I guess he's technically the crasher here as 55 is looping inside, but just great seamless pickup here from Daniels and Jones, and you just see the grip strength. Look at Jones lock on there, 94, never disengages, just good hand placement. You talk about grip strength, you're seeing grip strength here with Broderick Jones, just a lock on, take that guy to the ground, and just never disengage. Nice job by Daniels as well. And this pass here is incomplete to Deontay Johnson, but we're not concerned with that. So just a great rep overall to recognize it, see it, and then just go to work. Strong hands there from Broderick Jones. Again, with Jones, the most attractive part of his game coming out of Georgia was the athleticism, ability to climb. Watch him work to the linebacker 59 on this play as 94 spiked inside. Don't have to worry about the double team there. It's secured by Daniels. Work to the second level, get a hat on the linebacker, and it's a second rushing touchdown of the day for the Pittsburgh Steelers as Jaylen Warren runs into the end zone for 6. And so just one component of it, you got, say, Malu pulling around. Whatever DB it was had wanted no business of tackling Warren on this play. 37 right here just said, you're too stocky for me, and he just lets him go, and so we'll take it for sure. But just watching Jones on this play. So initially, you're going to double to help secure this block on this combo block, but 94 is spiking down. So Jones getting to the second level, working to the backside linebacker here on this run, and just engaging, walling him off. Again, not perfect. Let him go. Don't hold. You've done your job. Let the running back run through, and Warren does for a touchdown. So good rep there from Jones, and first one there to celebrate is Broderick Jones. You'll love to see it. All right, let's talk pass protection with Broderick Jones. Have not done that in this video so far. So 77 here on 55. Just a good, clean set overall. That defensive lineman just on skates pretty much. He can't keep his feet. And Jones just a nice set overall. Good punch, good first significant contact in the chest. There's pressure elsewhere on this play. Kenny Clark doing Kenny Clark type of things, but not focusing on that, just watching Jones here. You got the defensive tackle here initially to the outside, so you got to make sure where he's going, and then once he goes inside, it's kind of more of a vertical set here initially, but once the tackle comes inside, Daniels is sliding to him. Now Jones can really turn his attention to the linebacker on this play and picks him up well, and so you kind of see the difference in the set there, more vertical, and then once you kind of know who your man is, once the defense kind of declares how they're rushing, you can turn your attention to the left defensive end on that play, pick him up, and win the rep. And let's just take one look at it from the opposite end zone view. Again, Jones right here. You see the D tackle aligned wide there initially. That was Kenny Clark who got pressure on this play, but overall, a really good set here from Jones. He's not Clark's responsibility, obviously. And so once that tackle comes inside, you can now set wide, get hands on the defender, good placement overall, and winning that rep. Again, the backside component to run plays can be just as important as the front side of it. You hate whenever those backside players, you block something up so well to the front side, everyone does their job, and the backside guy crashes down and wrecks the play. That's just a killer. And so you're going to watch Jones right here on the D tackle, this snatch and trap basically to knock down the hands and take 95 to the ground. A really good technique there. I don't think 95 is going to make this play no matter what Jones does, to be fair, but still, I love the technique, securing your job on the backside. Najee Harris busts off a big run here. We'll look at it from the other view. You can see Jones here on the 3-tech, the snatch and trap. You see the hands come down, knock down the arms of the defensive tackle. That sends him to the ground. Again, nice job here by James Daniels backside. You got Cole doing a good job. It's blocked well overall, but I love just the backside component, the technique, the hand use that Jones is using to take his defender out of the play, and it's a big run here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going back to pass sets, and here is Broderick Jones matching up against 52. That's Rashawn Gary, who they just paid $107 million to, and so a highly paid pass rusher in Green Bay. He's kind of been more of a situational guy coming off a torn ACL, and just a nice clean set. Ball comes out quick here, so not really focusing on, this rep being too prolonged, but just a good, clean rep. How quickly Jones gets out of his stance, builds his house in pass protection, just good posture overall, making sure that he can't get into his chest. Gary can't get into Jones's chest here, and you can tell he's winning that rep. Had Pickett held onto this ball for a couple more seconds, and this one goes to the flat. Harris with the hurdle, can debate all that, but that is the outcome of the play. Last example, and again, Jones on Gary here late in this game, a big situation in the fourth quarter for Pittsburgh, and just a really clean set overall from Broderick Jones. There's other issues on this play. There's some pressure. Pickett has to scramble. He runs, picks up the first down, but just watching Jones, again, build his house so effortless, how much ground he is able to gain here on that kick slide, that kind of 45-degree pass set. Again, getting his hands into Gary, in control this one the whole way, ride him up the field, seal him upfield, and this is not some backup third stringer. That's Rashawn Gary, Michigan man, former first-round pick. Again, just paid him $100 million plus to continue rushing the passer for the Green Bay Packers, and Jones makes quick work of him. We'll look at it from the aerial view. We don't look at the offensive line play from this view too often, but just kind of seeing how wide and how far upfield the rusher gets can be helpful from this perspective. So just to watch it right here, and you just see Jones seal him upfield, allows Pickett to step up and climb when there is some pressure and take off and scramble for the first down. So as offensive line coach Pat Meyer defines it, the interior offensive linemen are responsible for the depth of the pocket, how much it pushes in. The tackles are responsible for the width of the pocket and trying to keep guys wide so the quarterback can navigate within the pocket. You kind of think of this bowl shape of how the line should look. It's supposed to be kind of like this, and you see a good example of the width of the pocket being created by Broderick Jones on this play. So a really good rep here against a really talented player in Rashawn Gary. And let's just take one last look at it from the opposite end zone view. Again, here is Jones, the right tackle. There is Gary, and just a really nice pass set, good punch to work him upfield, and helps create the escape lane for Kenny Pickett. So overall, really impressed with Jones. Again, for having very limited time at right tackle. I thought he was tremendous against Tennessee. Might have even had a better game against the Titans than he did against Green Bay, which is even more impressive because of the short week he was working on in his first start at right tackle. But just a great athlete. Just kind of a cool, calm, collected guy. Nothing seems to bother him. If he has a bad rep, he bounces back. And there were a couple of bad reps that we're not going to get into. It's a positive video. That's my overall impression of a positive game from Broderick Jones. But just really impressed with the guy. And he's certainly going to be this team's starting right tackle the rest of the season. And where the future goes, left side, right side, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that Broderick Jones is going to be a longtime starter in the NFL. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, if you guys could like this video, also subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate that. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.